As the crypto elite and thousands of other investors have descended on the city of Miami for the largest crypto gathering ever. It's called Bitcoin 2021. Joining us right now is the mayor of that city of Miami, Francis Suarez. Good morning to you, Mr. Mayor. I appreciate you being with us. You have, as we just said, the Bitcoin elite or the crypto elite all in your city. You've almost tried to rebrand the city around crypto. What does that look like to you right now in terms of just both the energy that's coming off of it, but what you actually want the city to be when it relates to crypto?
Well, first of all, the energy is off the charts. As you said, it's the largest Bitcoin conference ever. There's been reports that 50,000 people will be attending the Bitcoin conference in one way, shape, or form. And it's already changed the way our city works. We had FTX, which is a large crypto exchange out of Hong Kong, buy the naming rights to what was formerly the American Airlines Arena, a $200 million deal. And that $200 million deal became a summer jobs program and became a strategy to combat gun violence, which, of course, is something that plagues every large urban city. So we're starting to see the fruits of that rebranding. We want to be a city that focuses on the next series of technological advances, artificial intelligence, of course, crypto, biotech. So that's how we're positioning ourselves, and it's bearing some significant fruit for us.
You've talked about the city itself taking Bitcoin and putting it on its balance sheet, paying people in Bitcoin and paying people in crypto. Are you doing any of that?
Yes, we are. We're actively looking at it. The first thing we had to do is we had to make sure that we could surmount the legal hurdles. We got a legal opinion that at least allowed us to pay our employees in crypto and accept crypto for fees and payments. We also needed the county to get on board, and there was a county commissioner, Daniela Cohen-Higgins, who also passed a corollary resolution at the county to allow for tax payments to be paid in crypto. So we're engaging in that process. Now we have to go to an RFP, basically a solicitation for a third party that can manage it. So we're continuing to go along in that process. Holding it on the balance sheet is a lot more complicated because, number one, we're not allowed to hold something that's not fiat at this particular moment. So that will require a state law change. And then, of course, the volatility of it is something that will probably need to work itself out before a city can meet its.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. There has not been a moment, even in the last decade, I mean, since the advent of Bitcoin, where it hasn't been volatile. Yeah. And so what do you think has to happen for that to change, for you to actually put it on your balance sheet?
Well, I think
pay people. I mean, are your employees really going to take money in Bitcoin?
Well, it's up to them, right? It's a choice that they would have. They certainly wouldn't be forced to in any way, shape, or form. They would have the choice to do it or not do it. Bitcoin, I think the last time I checked, was up for the year, a significant amount. So the volatility is certainly there. I mean, one of us had 60,000. Now it's somewhere, like you said, in the 39,000 range. So there's been extreme volatility in the last couple of months. And I think that's something that has to work itself out. Obviously, it's $1 trillion plus market cap, and there's a lot of transactional trading and volume. But when one person, and I'm a big Elon Musk fan, but when one person has the ability to make one tweet and spiral the price of a particular asset at that level, 10, 20%, as opposed to 1 or 2 or 3%, because there's volatility in everything. There's volatility in commodities, there's volatility in dollars, but not that kind of volatility. Once that works itself out with enough transactional volume and much more stability, then I think it's something that certainly could be a hedge against fiat currencies and something that we can explore.
How concerned are you, though, about manipulation? I mean, we've been talking all morning about ransomware. You just talked about the issue of somebody like an Elon Musk or anybody, being able to push up the stock. I believe, actually, when you went on the air originally with Miami's plan around Bitcoin, it also moved the price of Bitcoin.
It did. And I think that's indicative of, an asset that is fairly young, right? As we said, doesn't have, stable trading yet. And I think that, listen, the possibility of manipulation is obviously a fear, right? And a problem, without a doubt. As you said, when I put out that tweet about what we were doing in the city, it was literally the most viewed video that I've ever put out. I put out at 10:30 on a Thursday, and I think I had 7 million views. That also indicates to me that the number of customers and the number of people that are interested in crypto is incredible. I've actually heard reports over the last couple of days that up to 100 or 150 million people are holding it.
Mr. Mayor, real quick before you go, do you own Bitcoin yourself?
I do. I own Bitcoin and I own Ethereum.
At what price did you buy in at?
So I bought Bitcoin, I think in the high 30s, and I bought Ethereum. I forget the price, but it was about 1,500. I bought it the day that the U.S. Congress, the Senate passed the $1.9 trillion stimulus bill, and I knew at that point that inflation was inevitable and that there had to be some sort of a hedge.